What's the story? It's Jack here, and today I want to talk about VRA. This is the Veracity token, which has been going a bit crazy lately, so we need to talk about it. This coin was absolute fire in the last cycle, had two massive runs, and so we need to figure out if that is going to happen again. Now, before we get into that, if you don't mind, if you're not already subscribed, why not? Click subscribe, leave a like, you might learn something, it might help you out. So let's dive into it. So very recently, Veracity has been on an absolute run here in the last really realistically 2 months. So we need to look at what's going to happen next. So Veracity had ran a lot of percentages points off its original low, which was here. Now we've ran into this weekly pivot, which was a key level going back for even into the last cycle. This was a very key level. We had sort of breached it here and we've sort of deviated back in. So what's going to happen now? Well, one or two things could happen. It could go up or it could go down. Now, I am more in the camp that we're going to see a pullback sooner rather than later. The fact of the price action here, we've pushed up past this level and deviated back through, not usually a good sign. We've also got a massive bearish divergence playing out on the RSI, which will confirm in 2 hours and 48 minutes. And this basically means that we're due to see reduced buying pressure in the immediate short term. Now, I am in the camp that crypto has recently entered the starting phases of a new bull run, which is great. However, we have to consider we've had a massive run already. I do think a pullback is almost certain. However, if we don't pull back, I will be taking 10% profit at our next weekly level, which is up here at 0.0112. Now, for buys, I am going to be looking down here. I will not be buying this level. I don't feel it is deep enough, and I feel that we are going to go down and retrace to these levels here. My first buy is at 0.0058. My second buy is at 0.0046. I'm not sure if the second one will hit, but it's nice to have these orders set. If you're not already in Veracity and you would like to get in VRA, put a buy order at 0.0058 and one at 0.0446. Now, this also lines up with our EMA bands on our 2-day time frame, because the more confluence you get to a level, you've got a pivot point on the prices and you've also got an EMA band there. See the way they're both touching the same zone? That gives you, it adds confluence to the fact that it's going to actually retrace to that level. And as well, you've also got the bearish divergence here on the 2-day time frame as well, which usually means for the next couple of weeks you're going to see reduced buying. You're going to see reduced bullish momentum. Okay, now this would also coincide with the fact that Bitcoin is also at significant resistance here. You see, we've been following this resistance line, this channel, throughout the entirety, more or less, of, I don't know if you want to call it a bull market, of 2023. So far, we've rejected this line 3 times. I am sort of in the camp that this is going to be the fourth. I'm not expecting a huge correction, but I am expecting a sort of 10 to 12% correction, which would take us down to the bottom of the channel, which is equally the last pivot point here, where the price had previously rejected, which is that sort of 31k to 33k region. Now, a drop in Bitcoin of this 10% should be enough to push Veracity down to these buy levels. Okay. Now, let's suppose that we do buy these levels and Veracity goes on a nice little run for us over the next sort of year. Where could we end up? So I find a lot of YouTubers are throwing pretty ridiculous price predictions out there. So I want to try and keep it realistically. I'll be taking profit in a number of places. My first take profit, as you can see here, I'll be taking 10% at this lower peak, which gives me a decent amount of percentage gains. The next one will be much further up. The next take profit I will be targeting will be this weekly pivot right here. See the way price sort of reacts to these levels, these weekly levels. They're pretty powerful, unlike the shorter time frames. So whenever you see a level like this, where you've got the wick just shooting up, normally you're going to see some sort of price reaction there. So I will be taking 20% off here. That's a 0.03 cents, which is massive gains, let's be honest. I'll be taking 10, 20% off here, and again, looking to rebuy back in, trying to take advantage of the sort of mean reversion type plays that you see throughout the flow of the market. Beyond that, it's a case of wait and see. I am not going to be saying any ridiculous numbers here. We're going to see how we go. We're going to reach level by level, taking profit along the way, so that we have the capital there to rebuy back in the inevitable pullbacks. So I do hope you got some value in that video. Why not subscribe to the channel if I can get my words out? Why not subscribe to the channel? There's going to be plenty of videos about crypto technical analysis moving forward, and I do believe I'll be able to, if you're new to this space or haven't had much luck with it so far, I do believe I'll be able to save you some money if you do follow this channel and follow me. Alright, speak to you in the next one.